You don't have to live like a refugee. Well, yeah, you do sometimes. Back up here in the Oakland Hills at the site of the 91 fire, refugee from the Caldor Fire. Can't go home, don't have my tools. Insurance company informed me that I only get 2 weeks of ALE, additional living expenses. They gave me a couple of grand. We had $209,000 cost of living insurance, and they said, "Oh, well, your house didn't burn down, but it's seven structures away from the east of my house, 7 structures away. To the east of that, it's totally devastated. There's nothing left. Maybe 1 or 2 houses that somehow managed to escape. My 31-acre ranch is gone, barn, cabin, trailer. Harley Davidson was over there. We were moving over there. Our house was up for sale, and a tractor that came with the property for maintaining the property. An old D2 tractor. It only had a couple thousand hours on it, but still, all that stuff's gone. I've seen the pictures. I didn't see the pictures of the Harley and the cars yet. They just did structures, and they were. I put those in a clearing, so maybe by luck I doubt it because there was a firestorm that went through there, and aluminum rims. The people parked their vehicle on the in a clearing on the edge of a bluff or something, a little a road, 10-foot tall bluff, and the aluminum similar to this. This is probably aluminum from this fire. The lady that lived here, she was an artist, Rosalie, and she passed away a few years ago. Bless her heart, she was such a sweetheart. And so we're here, thank God. Dr. John, what a guy, what a guy. And Kitty, where's Kitty? Kitty's doesn't really like people too much, but I've been taming Kitty. She likes me. Anyways, I'm a little more happier today because we got approved up to $65,000 for an RV travel trailer. We're not going to spend that much. We're only going to spend about 30 or something, and so I'll be able to go back to work. I got a couple of excavation jobs I'm doing up there, and one of them's not in the evacuation zone. It's in a warning zone, but not mandatory. Anyways, and I want to thank Sacramento 4 Tractors, Chris Adams. He came and got my equipment, my grader, my grading tractor, and hauled it to his place for safety. And he did it within an hour. I mean, it was just amazing. So thank you, Chris, if you ever see this. And if you're looking for a good excavator tractor, Sacramento for Tractors, Chris Adams. I believe the number is 916 440 444. I can't remember. Something like that. Anyway, I'm just excited that I mean, it's just another debt that we have to pay. We don't know how long we're going to be out of our house. The EPA and all this could keep us out. The infrastructure there has its own water district, and so the Caldor fire, destroyed, I think 400 homes, something like that, 450, almost 500. But in Grizzly Flats, probably around, I would say I would guess 400 over. And the water district is supported. We pay $60 a month for water, and so they have a infrastructure that was damaged. And will they be solvent? Well, all these questions. Nobody's telling anybody anything about when we can go back. What's going on? Our fires is pretty much out on the Rocky Bar. What is that road? Anyways, west of ours was a fire, and it looks like they got it pretty much extinguished in between us. We're only a mile away from the actual fire, but it looks like they've got that suppressed pretty good. I think it's just going to burn out, hopefully, as long as the wind don't pick up. Our house has still survived. If it had a burned, we could have just cashed out and been over with this, been done with it. But now we worry every day about looting, and they won't let us in. They will not organize an official team to let people in. There's crews up there, like PG&E. News crews are going up there. They don't have special training. They could let the people that have their house left. They could take us up there in groups on streets or whatever, just to get some more stuff or whatever. But they're not even talking to us. They're telling us that we're under the Fourth and Fifth Amendment, we have property rights, and 14th Amendment, we have equal access rights. And the First Amendment, don't mess with the press's First Amendment, right to free press. Well, the Constitution gives us the property rights, and they're no different than the First Amendment. They're amendments. They're all equal under the 14th Amendment. We're all treated equal, but we're not, and they're denying us, services, honest, tangible services under the doctrine of USC 1346, I believe that is. And of course, that was watered down by Antonin Scalia at the protest of Ruth Bader Ginsburg, who, she didn't. They were going to scrub that whole doctrine so that they didn't have to be honest. And Ruth Bader Ginsburg at least said, "Well, no." And so they compromised and said, "Okay, well, you have to prove that there was a bribe, so they can be dishonest as long as they can hide the bribe." And that's the law. That's 1846 USC 1346. Look at the history on that law, and you'll see that the public officials made themselves pretty much immune to dishonest services right out in the open with the Supreme Court. But that's not new. If you look at the 11th Amendment to the Constitution, they legalized negligence and corruption by granting immunity to public servants for prosecutions, quote unquote prosecutions, and suits, unless the state consents. So if there's a videotape showing an abuse of power and it gets out in the news, then the state will consent to be sued. So then if you tell the average person, "Hey, they have immunity," they'll go, "No, they don't. They prosecuted that guy." Okay, the American people are their own worst enemy when it comes to politics. Poly meaning many, and ticks meaning blood-sucking leeches. And I'm going to sign off with that. Have a good day.